Welcome to Films and Stuff with your hosts, Pete Mitchell and Ethan Hunt.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Films and Stuff podcast. I'm Ethan, joined virtually next to me, most valuable Pete. Hey, Pete.
How are you, buddy?
I'm good and I'm comfortable because we are finally going to record the long-awaited results to our 2025 summer predictees.
That's right. It's been a long summer. It's been filled with surprises. So let's go through it.
So this is the third year that we've done the predictees, right?
Yep.
How it started initially was we had all these ideas in terms of how the summer box office season would go. So we wanted to start a little friendly competition, but also flex a little bit of our cinematic knowledge by predicting what would be kind of the top 10 revenue generators based on box office. And we started to come up with this system where we'd award ourselves points for accurate predictions, bonus points if they were absolutely, slotted in the right place in the top 10. And then, of course, not just choosing what we thought the top 10 would be, we also gave ourselves 2 wild cards as well. So 2 years ago, the first annual predictees, Pete prevailed. Last year, it was neck and neck. And you pulled it out in the end. So you had back-to-back titles. Now you're going for the three-peat.
That's right. Will Pete three-peat?
Yeah. Let's see if you can pull it off. You want to go through the scoring system first, and then we'll start to do the reveals 10 through 1.
Each of us placed our top 10 and 2 wild cards. So we have 12 movies on our list. If any of our top 10 movies were on the actual top 10 list, we got 3 points for each successful prediction. Mm-hmm. We get a bonus of 2 points if we placed it in the right space. So, for example, if we said Superman was going to come in second place and it actually came in second place, we would have gotten 5 points. 3 points for the successful prediction, 2 points for being accurate.
Right.
And because we're only focusing on Hollywood releases, but worldwide, we've given ourselves 2 wild cards as well. So basically, we chose 12 movies for the top 10. And if either of our wild cards were on the top 10, we get 1 bonus point.
I think it's a good system. I mean, we've done it this way this is our 3rd year now, and I think it's got, to be honest, the right balance and the right incentives for both of us.
Exactly.
Should we just start going from 10 to 1 and start revealing?
Okay, so what's number 10?
I'm just so surprised and shocked that number 10 is Weapons with worldwide 252 million in box office receipts. And I was just commenting to you not 30 minutes ago when we were just doing a little bit of prep for the show. I was looking at what's playing in cinemas now, and I was just like disgusted by the absence of like any good movies, except Weapons is somehow still on like 5 showings a day. It's bonkers to me. This movie has made $250 million.
And look, not to take anything away from the movie or the actors, but I didn't see it coming. Like, it wasn't even on my top 12.
Not at all. This is my understanding of Weapons, having not watched it. It is not a horror movie. It is kind of like this little M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be creepy. It's supposed to keep you on the edge of your seat, but it's not like there's any stabbing or throat slashing. It's just kind of all this like creepy innuendo and creaky doors and creaky floorboard. I mean, that's not it exactly, but it's supposed to just be kind of like a mystery.
Yeah.
But in a scary way.
Supposedly. It's not my cup of tea, but again,
not mine either.
Yeah. All the more because I did not see it coming. Like, it really came out of left field.
I agree.
Number 9 was Final Destination 8 Bloodlines with a total of $307 million.
Did either one of us predict this?
It was on my wild cards.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
I think you've seen more Final Destinations than I have.
I saw the first two, and that's it. It's not a horror movie in the traditional sense, but at the same time, it's kind of like that, where eventually everyone in the cast dies.
Yeah. As you mentioned, not my cup of tea.
No.
Oh, I'm so excited to announce number 8 is Thunderbolts, 382 million. Where did you and I expect Thunderbolts to be?
You had it at number 5. I had it at number 6.
Is 382 what you expected from this movie?
No.
More or less.
Let me rephrase that. I didn't think it would do as well as any of the other superhero movies of this summer, but I certainly didn't expect it to be as low as 382.
I agree with you. So this is a Marvel movie, existing cast that we know very well, right?
And characters we know and have liked from previous.
I guess that's what I was trying to say. It's not just the fact that it's got Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, David Harbour. We know these characters, right?
Yeah.
Like we know Bucky Barnes very, very well. We know Red Guardian, David Harbour's character. Considering that it was Marvel, considering that all of these were characters that we've known before, I was expecting more money. I didn't really have an issue that it finished in 8th so much, but I really thought it was going to do kind of like in the 600 million for a Marvel movie. And then suddenly it's like it became this self-fulfilling prophecy. Like all the reviews were like, oh, this movie is so bad, it's not going to make any money. It's like they were almost pre-slotting it to not do well. But I see no reason why Thunderbolts only made 282. Honestly, I really liked it. Of all the movies on this top 10 list, if I had to see another one again, I have to say I'd probably see Thunderbolts again.
Yeah, I think it's just a sign of the times. I think gone are the days where a Marvel movie or a superhero movie in general was guaranteed to make at least $500 million. And I think it's come down to the fact that studios need to now double down on their writing and, more importantly, their budgets. I mean, Thunderbolts cost $200 million to make. There's no way this movie made any money in the theatrical run.
Walk me through your process. You're in London and you want to go see a movie in the afternoon. You've got Weapons. You've got Final Destination 8 Bloodlines. You've got Thunderbolts. Why is anyone choosing Final Destination Bloodlines or Weapons instead of Thunderbolts?
Well, I think that's a biased take, right? You and I are fans of superheroes and sci-fi shows, but this is kind of like the test, like the mom test that we have.
Yeah.
Why would your mom and why would my mom walk into Thunderbolt?
I hear that. Maybe I'm wrong about like date night, but I feel like Final Destination and Weapons, like, are those just seem like scary movies. Like those don't seem like date night movies. Thunderbolts to me seems like more of a happier, like, oh, let's go see this kind of Marvel blockbuster together.
The reality is that some people like to get scared in the cinema, and that's why, I mean, the numbers back it up, right? Otherwise, the horror movies wouldn't consistently be on this list. So
I guess that's right. So anyway, a mildly disappointing Thunderbolts box office coming in number 8, only air quotes, $382 million.
All right, number 7, Fantastic Four First Steps, $515 million.
Where did we expect Fantastic Four to be?
I had Fantastic Four at number 4, and you had Fantastic Four at number 1.
Ouch. If I had it at number 1, then I expected it to be cross $1 billion.
Yeah.
Right?
This barely made a half of that.
Yeah. What did you think of the movie itself?
I thought the movie was good. I thought the movie was absolutely fine. Story was okay. Effects were not bad. Everything was good. I just think that it was, relatively speaking, low energy. I think this was a very good first, I mean, pardon the pun, this was a very good first step for Marvel to get back into the right way of making these movies.
I thought it was pumped up enough. Like I'm a little bit surprised it only made 515 because I thought it had a lot of marketing and media push behind it.
It absolutely did, but I just
Yeah.
think that, the Fantastic Four as an IP isn't a billion-dollar IP.
Yeah.
And again, gone are the days where Marvel can pump out anything and have
Yeah.
it be a billion-dollar IP.
It's your favorite franchise though, right?
It was, yeah, it's the first comic book I ever read. So I'm a big fan of the Fantastic Four.
Now rounding out the bottom five, number 6, Mission Impossible 8 Final Reckoning. Now, is this the last Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise?
Theoretically.
Theoretically, it is. I think we'll see more Mission Impossibles in the future. I don't think that franchise will die, just like James Bond won't die, but it's probably the last with the Ethan Hunt and his crew, right?
Yeah, or at least the Ethan Hunt of Tom Cruise.
Yeah. 598 million. It basically made 600 million. But I think you and I were not surprised for the simple reason that to see Final Reckoning, you had to see Dead Reckoning. When you've got a part 2 of a movie, it's kind of difficult to outperform the original. So you're kind of boxed in by what the first installment did. And then the second installment, obviously, like a funnel, there's a little bit of attrition. I thought it was a very, very good movie. I mean, I probably would have been surprised if it was a billion-dollar movie, if it would have been number 1. But I have to say, like, having watched the movie, knowing when it was released, the star quality of Tom Cruise, the brand of Mission Impossible, 600 million seems like, they probably were hoping for a little bit more, but 600 million is kind of like, okay, like our jobs are fine. That's kind of the minimum safe zone that we were expecting, huh?
I would agree with you on principle because 600 million is no laughing matter. The budget was 400 million.
How?
And that's not including advertising. And that's why this movie was a disaster for Paramount. I don't know where that money went.
Yeah. All right. Take it away with number 5.
All right. Number 5, Superman with $614 million.
For me, the feel-good superhero movie of the summer, huh?
Yeah, I think in terms of like optimism, in terms of energy, in terms of all of that, by far the most positive movie. Absolutely.
Where did each of us slot this in when we were making our predictions?
I had Superman at number 2. You had Superman at number 6.
Ooh,
so you
right
were
on
close.
For me. I feel like DC is happy, not just coming at number 5, but crossing 600 million, right?
Yeah, I think this was a success for DC because, again, like Fantastic Four, both Marvel and DC were basically relaunching their superhero slates this summer. And Superman felt like a very solid first entry in the DC universe. Going forward, I think it's a very positive thing.
Do you think that threshold is the floor or the ceiling for the next Superman or the next DC installment?
I think this is a floor. I honestly expect the next Superman movie to be much more successful. I expect the next DC Universe movies in general to be much more successful as long as James Gunn can control 2 things. One, the budget.
Yeah,
because this was $225 million, which
yeah,
to me is a bit high for what we saw on screen, but at the end of the day, it's their flagship product. I think that you need to go with it. Fine.
yeah.
2, and more important than the budget, I think James Gunn needs to control his base instinct, which is to go weird.
I was going to say his impulses.
Right,
Yeah.
because even in this one, we saw him go a little bit weird. He needs to go a little bit more controlled, especially if he's going to do a Batman or a Wonder Woman or whatever. I think he needs to just say, hey, listen, I'm not going to do something so out there that people are going to get turned off by it.
Let me take a counter position.
All right.
You think that 614 is a floor, that it made a very good first impression, high energy, and that it's going to kind of like attract a wider audience next time. I would take the position, again, I'm not sure if I fully believe it, but for the sake of argument, that this is a ceiling, that now all the people that really wanted to see it have saw it, and they've all kind of walked out of the cinema saying, yeah, the guy's good. Like the new Superman. Okay, interesting. But they haven't really like sung its praises or evangelized to anyone else who hasn't seen it. And there's no one who hasn't seen it who's been like, oh, I really missed out on that. Like, I was minimizing Superman, but then everyone who saw it said it was just like so amazing and so good. And everyone's talking about it. And it's like everywhere at, McDonald's and here and there. And I can't escape it. Like, I've got to see the next one when it comes out. This has performed as well as possible, that there was a lot of maybe pent up demand for a Superman after a long time. Everyone wanted to see the first look at the new guy, James Gunn. The narrative was out there, and it came out and it made the biggest splash possible. And just like whenever you throw like a stone into water, the first ripple is the biggest, and then it kind of like diminishes after that. And now Superman is just going to kind of bounce along, but not going to exceed this dramatically, because all the people who have wanted to see it have already saw it, and no one walked away like, oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever.
I think the only counter, or the only reasonable counter I have to that argument, is that of the DC tripod, Superman is, in my opinion, the least interesting character. You have Superman, you have Wonder Woman, you have Batman. I think that whatever the next movie is going to be, whether it's Batman or Wonder Woman, the next IP, I think people are going to look at Superman and be like, listen, if they could do this, and if they could do something really positive with Superman like this, I can't wait to see what they're going to do with Wonder Woman or with Batman.
That's true. But also, I think I think you don't make the point, but I think you're leading to the point, which is actually Superman performed well enough that James Gunn is going to have latitude on the next film. That if this would have bombed, he may have had less rope, basically. But the fact that Superman made 614, if he's like, hey, for Wonder Woman or for Batman, I want to do this, no one's going to rein him in. I think he's kind of gotten enough rope or credibility or leverage now with how Superman performed, that he's not going to be constrained in his next effort.
Agreed, which is why I said the second and really most important point is, let's not do something incredibly weird with Wonder Woman. Let's not do something incredibly weird with Batman.
I think James Gunn has enough respect for his characters. It's that he stuffs his movies with all this extra crap, that you just don't need.
Exactly. But anyway, Superman, in my opinion, a pretty reasonable success, 614 million.
I agree.
Forget about the financial performance. Again, just in terms of positioning, pretty good.
Yeah. All right. I get to announce number 4, which is F1, the movie, 619 million. So let's just be realistic. It barely edged out Superman in a global box office. That's kind of a rounding error. I think that everyone involved in F1 should be very, very happy with this outcome. Obviously, it got a lot of press. It had a lot of backing. The Brad Pitt kind of star power, Apple TV Plus pushed it. I think everyone involved should be happy that it generated this much money and performed number 4 in the box office this summer, huh?
And staying power, because when we did our midsummer catch-up, it was only at 400 million.
Yeah.
So for them to pull out another 200 million after a month of release,
they really stayed the course.
All right.
Now we get into the top 3. So hold on.
That's right.
For the top 3, how many of the top 3 did you and I guess?
I had 2 of the top 3, and you had 1 of the top 3.
Oh my gosh. Hit me with number 3.
All right, number 3, How to Train Your Dragon, $632 million.
Not dramatically more than F1, but 632 for a number 3 movie, I think is relatively low, right?
Yeah, I mean, you'd want it to be in this, ideally, you'd want it to
Eights?
be in the 700 to 800 million. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we've had summers where number 1 and number 2 both crossed a billion, and number 3 was kind of like 800 million, just a bit behind.
Yes, I agree with you. I think the gap between 3 and 6 is so small compared to the gap between 2
Yep.
and 3, for example.
Absolutely.
It is a bit of a shocker.
Did you see this movie?
I did. I didn't mind it. It was almost a scene for scene remake of the original cartoon.
Does that mean it's a good movie, or it's like, yeah, that was fine?
I saw the original animated movie, and that was fantastic. I really liked it. This is, again, practically speaking, a remake that's almost scene for scene a copy. The only difference is that it's animated versus live action. So
I did not see it, but I did see number 2, unfortunately, Jurassic Park Rebirth, Scarlett Johansson, 861 million, proving the Jurassic Park / World juggernaut is alive and well, because this was just the most rubbish movie and it still pulled in 860. I mean, far outdistancing number 3, first of all. Over 230 million, right? Tell me why Jurassic World Rebirth performed so well. Scarlett Johansson, weak other box office showings. People are just gaga over dinosaurs. Where are we here?
People are just gaga over dinosaurs.
I mean, it has not been reviewed that well, but yet it's performed so well in the box office, which I guess is what the studios want. But I thought Scarlett Johansson was a nice addition to this. Mahershala Ali was a nice addition to this. But overall, I thought it was just a pretty rubbish movie.
I haven't been a fan of the Jurassic World movies in a long time.
No. The only thing that I thought that they did well was at least they kind of reframed what was going on. Because I think we talked about in the past that they needed to do something more than just like the dinosaurs escaping or the dinosaurs, like being recreated. Here, they at least kind of found like a healthcare or a technology angle to why they had to go find these dinosaurs again. Yeah. I mean, it was stupid that, well, they got big hearts and we got to get the biggest flying one, the biggest swimming one, and the biggest walking one, right? The land, air, sea was totally like irrelevant. They should have just said, look, we need the biggest one. That would have been better. But anyway, all that aside, Jurassic World Rebirth, 861 million worldwide, coming in at comfortably number 2. And that gives you the honor, my friend, to announce number 1 box office smash of the summer.
All right, number 1 came in Lilo and Stitch, our only billion-dollar movie at $1.035 billion.
Having not seen it, did you see it?
I did.
Did you like it?
I thought it was fine. It's not meant for me. I was young when I saw the animated film. I liked the animated film more. This was equally good, but because I don't have kids, it didn't have that appeal to me.
I also didn't see the original. So, I mean, I guess I cannot say anything negative about it or even positive having not seen it, apart from the fact that it's just obvious that like every summer there is a kid / animated movie that just wipes everyone out. And that's the star power of kids in a way. That also actually leads into our biggest surprises, plus and minus, right? So I think we've already addressed our biggest surprise on the positive performing side, which was Weapons.
Yeah.
We were both surprised that came in $250 million at number 10. It was an optimistic surprise. We didn't see that coming. On the negative side,
Elio. We both had Elio in our top 10, the latest Pixar movie, and it did not show up.
We kind of saw this theme, the animated Lilo and Stitch, the kids are king in the summer box office we had that expectancy, but we thought it would be Elio, the Pixar movie that kind of captured that. Where did Elio finish up? It bombed, right?
It was a massive failure. Elio made $154 million.
Yikes. That seems like just mathematically impossible for a Pixar movie that's has the distribution range that it's expected to have, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yuck. Well, Pete, I think we have to announce it, and my hat is off to you. You have three-peated.
I have not. I have been deceiving you this entire time.
What?
Let me tell you, you had 8 successful predictions. I had 8 successful predictions. That's 24 points. I had 1 wild card prediction. You had none. I'm up 25 to 24. But my friend, as much as you love shitting on the Jurassic World franchise, you had it in the right place the whole time. Giving you a bonus of 2 points, giving you 26 to my 25.
Did you just figure this out now, or you've been holding it from me?
I've been holding this back.
Just
because I thought it would be a nice way to celebrate.
No way. Oh man, I've defeated you, prevented you from having the three-peat. I mean, the first year we did this, and I think we were just kind of like sticking our finger in the wind, like, I think this will perform well. Last year, I think we did a lot of metrics in terms of comps and kind of like historical performance. And this year, we were really, one of the reasons I think our performance was so close is that we really had a good sense of how films are going to be perceived, what their historical comparisons are going to be. I mean, Elio's a good example. Okay, we were both wrong, but we had it in the top 10 for the right analytical reasons, you know? The same thing with Jurassic Park. I chose as number 2. I think I even commented, I'm sure this movie's going to be crap. I don't really want to see it. But knowing how Jurassic has performed every single 4 years, it's undeniable so far that when they put a Jurassic movie out with the logo, with the banner, with all the red and the black, it's going to make somewhere within, a stone's throw of $1 billion.
Absolutely.
Whether it's gonna, in 4 years, they'll have entirely new cast, an entirely new premise, and you and I will still be crapping on it, and it will still probably outperform our expectations just because it's kind of that one movie. And I see the appeal, and on the one hand, I want to applaud the appeal. If you're on date night, I don't know why I always use date night, but I do. And you're like, hey, what should we see? There used to be, you don't get dumped for taking your significant other to go see Jurassic.
Yeah.
It will be fine. And I think that's kind of like the lowest common denominator quality of these Jurassic movies is that, look, I want to see a movie, or I've said I'm going to go see a movie with my friend or my boyfriend or whoever it is. And at the end, you're like, well, look, this will be okay. It's probably not going to win an Academy Award. No one's going to compliment me on my great, eclectic taste in movies, but this will be a movie that no one gets mad at me for seeing. And when I walk out, it will feel as though I kind of got my money's worth. And that's it. That's 2025 Summer Predicties.
Congratulations, my friend. You are the undisputed champion for the next 1 calendar year.
It feels good. It feels really good. And I can't wait to do the 4th annual ones, the summer of 2026. It's really turned into, I think, one of our nicer annual rituals.
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to it every year.
All right. Listeners, thank you for tuning in to this episode, this special episode of the Films and Stuff podcast. We will see you again next week, regularly scheduled time. Pete, thank you for your time. Listeners, thanks for tuning in to this episode, Films and Stuff podcast.
Thanks, Ethan. Thanks, everyone.
Bye now.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Films and Stuff. If you haven't already, please subscribe and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever podcasts are downloaded. Films and Stuff. There is no substitute.